So what is a wrapper library? Well, to kind of break it down, a simple explanation or a simple definition of this is a library is a collection of functions that provide a means to accomplish a particular task. In this particular case, it's going to be an API call directly to Twilio in order to initiate a call. Now, the wrapper portion of that, think of that almost like a facade, if you will, that makes it easier and quicker to set up certain functionalities, certain settings configurations within your program so that you have less typing and less programming to do. thinQ's wrapper library gathers Twilio's quote-unquote make a call SDK, so essentially they generate a call, and it quote wraps with a few lines of our own code that essentially allows the end user to enter all of the credentials, meaning both thinQ's and Twilio's, as well as the numbers that you would like to call from, the number you want to call, and this is all done within a single file. So once you have all of those pieces together, you run that single file rather than running the entire code. Like you run that single file, and it pulls the necessary pieces from the entire SDK, and it generates that API call to Twilio using thinQ. We actually have various languages for the wrapper library. Obviously, we have PHP, .NET, C#, Python, Java, Ruby, and Node.js. Each language, when you click on one of the options, it comes with detailed description and breakdown in terms of the configuration, what parameters are required, how to get started, how to get installed. Here you can see the PHP library, just some of the initialization and some configuration details. We have the .NET. As you can see here, it mentions what pieces from GitHub you can get from the Twilio SDK. You can go to the packager manager. It shows you how to wrap it or how to install and initialize. And then I believe this one is the Python one as well, but you can see here some installation instructions as well as the actual quick start guide of how you can fill this out. Here's an example of what the thinQ wrapper library would look like. For this example, I've selected the PHP language and followed the instructions on that PHP specific guide. The page allowed me to download Twilio's SDK, and I already have it wrapped with thinQ's LCR solution. The PHP script that I'm going to show you on screen is a file that you would execute in order to initiate the phone call. As you can see on the left-hand side of the screen, we have the Twilio SDK. You can see all of the pieces that gets installed from that, as well as the thinQ's SDK, and then obviously this thinQ wrapper.php, and we'll kind of zoom in on that on this next screen. As you can see, this is where you configure your thinQ and Twilio account credentials, as well as the phone numbers involved with this call. We also support the use of Twilio's markup language, TWIML. So this would allow you to use speak sentences, play audio files, transfer and redirect calls, record, and all of the other great features that Twilio's markup language has to offer. And that's it. You run this particular file. Obviously you can reference this file within your own code, but if you want to just be able to kind of test this and run this, this is the single file that you would run once you have everything configured and you're able to make the call. And you can see down here at the bottom, we have the call ID that is getting generated via that echo line 18 on the call. So it would give you the actual call ID from there. And that's it.